Okay, in this video, I've gone and bought all the paint required for this car. So I'm going to start dismantling it now. It's a lot of work and it seems like it's a big step backwards, but it's got to be done. All right, I'll get into it. Yeah, this car looks a bit weird without that exhaust on it, but it could be worse. It is worse. So just do a quick walk around the car. Headlights need to come out, bumper needs to come off, bonnet needs to be taken off, stored somewhere else. So I'm also going to rip the exhaust off, and there's a bonnet in behind there that I'm just going to sit on here just to cover the engine. These things, I don't even know how they come out, but we'll figure it out. Wheels need to come off, these need to come off, hopefully the door handles don't. Yeah, tail lights need to come out. Now we are going to leave the rear bumper on, but this here, so I want to ditch the badges and, oh, there you go. So I'm probably going to have to weld these holes up here. So it's going to be a bit of bulk work in there. So those badges will go. I don't even know what this is about. So I've got to do all that. And I think this here, these dents here are my only major ones that I have issue with. Front bumper needs to be painted regardless. Everyone's seen that. It looks like crap, but yeah, a bit of work. All right, I'm going to start it up just for shits and giggles and then jack it up and then just start ripping it apart. So as I was saying before, I'm not the biggest fan of pulling this apart right now after how long it's taken me to get it all together and running, and just seems like we're going way back. But end of the day, it does need a new paint job. Hopefully it only takes a couple of weeks, and then I just need to find a tune for it. But besides that, we're getting there, but yeah, just dumb. Okay, so probably about half an hour deep now. Got the headlights out, got the front bumper off, got both sides of these grills out. Now, it's the first time I've ever taken some of those out. If you want to know, they're just clipping. So you just grab a corner and they'll just come out. So both sides of those are out, and then you get to the back and it's just, what? So obviously tail light's gone, boot lid's gone. Now, reason I did this, as I said before, is I want to fill these holes here where the Mazda badge was, and this one here, but the Rx8 badge didn't have holes, it was just glued on. But also this stupid camera here, I don't know if it's one of those reversing ones or what the story is, but it never worked. So I need to block all that up. Now the bonnets on these are aluminium, but this is steel, so I don't know whether I'm just going to tack a plate in behind this and just bog those. I really initially wanted to weld them, but I think it's going to distort this panel quite a bit, especially this one. So I might just tack a plate in behind there, skim it, done. And I need to take this brake light out so that doesn't get too hot or wrecked. And also this what do you call them, ducktail needs a bit of attention too. But yeah, it's getting there, so I'm not going to jack the car up tonight. I just got a few odds and ends still to do. I want to muck around with that for a little bit, but I need to find somewhere safe to keep this. And as I said before, the exhaust will come off, and this will come off. Mirrors still need to come off, but I need to put this bonnet on. So yeah, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Okay, so I'm making a little bit of progress on this. Do bear in mind that I can't panel beat to save my life, but glue is all gone off here now. Well, I hope it is. Maybe a little bit more there. So this is where the Mazda badge was, so I need to fill these 3 holes up. So I'm probably going to weld these because I can't really get into it from the inside. As you saw before, the Rx8 badge was just glued. There are no holes. These should be pretty straightforward to weld up, but this is going to be the problem. So what I'm worried about is welding all the way around here with a plate that's flush. What's going to happen to this area around here? And I'm guessing, well, knowing my luck, this is just going to distort like crazy. So as I said before, I'm going to put a plate in here and I'll probably tack through this hole and this hole, bog it, and then it should be good. But yeah, so far so good. Yeah, it's these things you have to do that I'm not really keen to do. So I'm about ready to give this a go. So as I said, I weld these ones. Now I've actually put a plate in there and just clamped it. So as I said, I want to get that hole. There is one underneath the clamp. Maybe a couple more tacks. As I said, don't want to put too much heat into that. And then I'll put some bog on it and then probably bolt this back on the car and sand it all in one piece, I'd say. Yeah, all right, I'll get into this now. Okay, so it's been a couple of days. I've actually been a bit unwell, so tonight I'm going to get back into this. So we've got to get this boot back on. I still need to sand all my lovely bog off. Yay. So I've got that to do, and I need to get that bonnet off. I need to get the exhaust off. I originally was going to jack this car up and put it on stands, but I need to be able to move the car in and out for a while until we actually paint the car. I've got other stuff I need to do. So we'll stay on the ground, but yeah. Bonnet's got to go, exhaust has got to come off, throw that other bonnet on like I said, and I'm probably going to throw this boot lid back on, sand it on the car, and then, yeah, we'll just keep getting into it, I guess. So yeah, the bogging looks a bit like arse, but that's all right. I'll hit it with the sander now. I've got that to do, this little bit down here. I did start doing it the other night, but I think the sandpaper's a little bit too coarse. I've been told I should be using 400 grit, so yeah. I'll figure that one out. Anyway, yeah, sand this up, get it back on the car and carry on. Yeah, okay, so this one has turned out pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I do need to hit it with 400 grit. You can see I've started sanding bits. So if you think alley dust is bad, bog dust is heaps worse. Anyway, so moving on to this. This one here, man, where the reverse camera was, there's a little nub there. I can feel it, so I just need to skim a little bit more on there. And where are we? That hole there. So I'll just give those a light skim up and then sand that out. Now I need to go get some proper primer for this. Apparently I can't use spray can jobby, so that sucks. But that's all boring. So for now, I'm going to get this exhaust off like I keep saying and get the bonnet off like I keep saying. exhaust and bonnet is off, and straight away I can tell here, right here, we have an exhaust leak. You can see all this soot. Well, it was actually fuel that was running out through there. You can actually see the soot mark across there. So I will sort that, get it fixed. It's not a major because the exhaust is only that big, but yeah, peace of mind, I guess. All right, moving on. Let's get this ugly bonnet on. I'm just sitting here looking at this, and I do like that back a lot better with those badges gone. It just looks heaps better. But that's where it stops, because then you come around the front, and I really don't like that. Dumb. So dumb. So this was my original bonnet on the car, and as you can see, dents over there, dents up here. So you can kind of guess that this had flung up and actually hit top of the windscreen here, hence this dent here, which I'm not going to bog that. I want to keep that as a memento to a stupid thing that happened. So yeah, definitely going backwards. That's what it feels like anyway. Terrible. So moving forward with this, I'm not even going to film any more of it. It's boring to do, so it'll be very boring to watch. But I will sand the whole car down, get all these bits and pieces off, like I said, and yeah, so just have a look at this paint. It's not stirred up, but it's a gloss, semi-gloss, I don't know. I don't know much about paint. I wish I did, but I don't. So hopefully we'll be laying that in, well, as soon as possible, and then we can tick that part of the paint job off. I have been talking with Smugs quite frequently, and we do have a plan for this towards the end of the year, maybe early next year. But yeah, this will be going to fielding. Anyway, okay, so far so good. This is turning out all right, but I don't know. So what I'm going to do now is probably going to cut this video here. It will carry on being sanded and all this stuff done, but it's really boring to watch, so I can understand that, and yeah, we're just going to cut it here. I might come back to this in a video when we're actually laying some paint on it. Hopefully hopefully it's soon, maybe a week or so, but I can't really do too much because the car still needs to move in and out by pushing it for other stuff that I need to do. So moving forward, hopefully I have found a solution. Well, not a solution. The problem with the tune of this car is I don't know what the AFR is doing. So I've reached out to a mate of mine who does a lot of work with RBs, and he has a portable AFR reader, something, plugs in something, we drive it, he goes, yep, sweet, your AFRs are mean. So we possibly will be taking it to him to make sure everything's cricket. Have been talking around about doing it on a dyno, but the AFRs and the timing is what I'm really worried about. So we will go see him once this is painted, and we should be good for Clubfest after that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this weekend we'll go see someone else's car or something like that. Anyway, cheers.